We are for the first time setting up dust collection with a cyclone to our chop saw. Hopefully we'll eliminate a lot of the dust collection into the shop vac itself and the need for replacing filters. Cyclones, of course, are going to create a separation of the chips and dust into this bin and minimize what's going into the shop vac itself. This will take a fair bit of adaptation. So all of these little bins and parts I've hoarded over the years are going to make a huge impact on our ability to hopefully accomplish this goal. There are a lot of little bits and pieces because there's a lot of different port sizes and different dimensions of hoses we need to connect. This top port here is where our vacuum hose itself is going to go to create the suction of the downspout within the cyclone itself. Then this side port here is where we're going to connect our Y. The reason we're using a Y, we are going to have 2 points of collection within our chop saw box. There's going to be a main collection coming into the box itself, and then there's going to be another collection going to the saw itself. I've yet to determine which is going to end up doing the better job of stopping the sawdust, the direct at the saw collection and the zero clearance insert throat collection, and the back of the blade collection. If that port is going to do better than the port directly to the box, catching all the random sawdust being thrown by the blade. So we have yet to see which version is going to collect more dust, but at this point, the options are there, which is really nice. That Y right there I just showed you, that's going to be our most important part to getting both of those ports done. Now, this is kind of honestly the circus part or the silly part of this process, but it just takes time. You go back and forth trying different fittings, seeing what works, what doesn't work. You're going to end up messing with it, probably thinking it's great and you got it, put it in position and realize, well, shit, that didn't work. So at this point, I think I've got it figured out for the sake of my layout. I'm going to go ahead and affix everything. You kind of need to fix it on like it's going to be your final run. If you don't, it falls apart and it becomes, frankly, a nightmare. You're crawling under the table more than you want to be. I do use duct tape, yes, and I think a lot of people with dust collection do use duct tape because, frankly, if you can't duck it, fuck it. Yeah, I know, I'm crude. Anyway, here we go. This is our rig. That's our shop vac. And again, we're just going to take the shop vac hose, put it into the main collection port, and then from there, the other line is going to end up going to our Y splitter. That Y splitter is going to go down to this line, which will go direct to the saw. And then we'll have that secondary port going to the box itself. This is a Pence style collection in the Cyclone. So it actually has a ramp that runs down and helps the sawdust stay down toward that collection bin. So hopefully we will minimize, if not negate, all of the sawdust going through the shop vac itself. These Fernco adapters are great. Just make sure it's a real Fernco. They have the proper kind of rubber that is needed for dust collection. They really help minimize static electrical charges. Got our split done. We were getting a fair bit of sag in the line from the dust collection cyclone to the shop saw itself. So this PVC pipe, we're just running that line through it. That's going to create a straight line so we don't get any dead pockets or collection points of dust causing clogs or slowing of the removal. This line then is going to feed through the secondary port up to the chop saw itself. Here is actually going down to this little skirted piece at the back of the blade. And then in the back here, we have a floor sweep concept, but just set up there to catch as much as we can because it seems to generally traject downwards. And then that connects through. So then we come underneath and you can see the connection there. And that's going to our Cyclone 2-stage. And lighting's getting bad, sorry. Slow the video down a little bit, all of our connectors. And then we ran that 4-inch just to support this line so that it wasn't sagging and getting dead collection spots. Shop vac position may move. I'm going to be putting this on a switch that turns on as I actually turn on the saw. Okay, well, we're all connected. Why don't we give this thing a go and see what happens? Well, now we're talking. But damn, I think I got it. And thank God I put in that extra little blast gate up here. Let's see if you can see it. That little blast gate, that adjustment ended up being key. Our sweep, and that dialed down just to about only maybe 3/4 closed and 1/4 open, allowed the suction at the saw to be that much more powerful. Well, chop saw dust collection basically done, except for a couple little curtains that I'm going to hang from the unit just to, even prevent more dust from sneaking out of that box. Fucking shocker. Gavin at Squatch Woodgood's making a mess. Oh, I'm sorry. You think this is all that I was sourcing to do this, right? Oh, wait, nope. There's some more here. Okay, and oh yeah, that's correct. Do I have problems? I have problems. That is a shitload of dust collection stuff that I get to put away. Oh my God, and there's more, and more, and more. And even if I didn't have all that crap, man, I would have been screwed on this. There were so many adaptive things that I needed to do for this little project. It was pretty crazy. So I'm excited that I had all that stuff, and hopefully you guys kind of get the idea that as much as a pack rat as I am, boy, does it come in handy. Not only financially, of course, but also just for the sake of environmental conscientiousness, not buying more crap, not more carbon footprint. There's stuff out there for us. We just need to be diligent and perseverant, and we can, really make things, well, a lot better, right? For the sake of all the different levels. So do what we can, and also have a fun, cool setup.